Yeah, really good, Nick. Really looking forward to this clash this afternoon down at Cottesloe Harvey Field. It's a beautiful afternoon, Indian Ocean in our background. It's one of the great places to play rugby here in Perth on a fine day.
Cottesloe going up last week, didn't they?
Yeah, big win over Wanneroo last week for the Seagulls. Kalamunda going out with a 24-all draw against Perth Bayswater last week. Just to run through the lineups, Kalamunda this afternoon coached by Cruz Arnu, former Western Force and Rebels Super Rugby player. Cruz is back in Perth doing a bit of coaching. Number 1, Rangatikino Paul. Number 2, Ben Rumble. Mac Heckies at tight head prop. Caleb Maher and Hanari Okalamu are at the locks. Jacob Rumble, Linton Horsburgh, Ayunga Sanamau Tafu is at number 8. He'll be a handful this afternoon, and it'll be a difficult one for you to call, Nick. Jack Ware, Blake Hignett-Stevens, Usai Ralulu, absolute excitement machine on the wing. Te Rora Katu, Conan Ale, Rawara Raheri and Joseph Simpkins make up the Kalamunda starting 15.
Really strong starting lineup there. Beautiful forward pack Kalamunda are hitting us up with this afternoon as they've made their way out onto the field. We've also got Cottesloe already out now. Starting up front for them, we've got Moji Wagga, Terry Berryman, Churchwood. Then in the locks, Murphy and Huppertaz. On the side, Sullivan, Masson and Kalis. He'll be wearing 24, not 8 for you this afternoon. Then we go through the halves. We go straight to Rory Edwards, Caleb Young. On the wings today, Blackburn and Simi are going to be playing. Then up in the centre, Greg Jackson, Ali Hanning, your captain and vice-captain today. And at the back, Jack McDermott, an absolute weapon out the back.
Absolutely. And referee this afternoon is Graham Cooper. Love to see him doing a little bit of Super Rugby, hopefully sometimes during the season. Certainly one of the good young referees over here in Western Australia, so he should do a good job of keeping the teams apart this afternoon.
Certainly is one of the best prospects WARS have produced in the modern era at the moment. And as we get underway, Cottesloe kick-off. Kalamunda will be running to your right of screen. Little bit of spilled ball early on by Calla. Lost forward there as well. We're going to get the first scrum of the day straight away.
Yeah, Linton Horsburgh just coughing up there in the midfield off the restart. It was a nice restart. Cottesloe running into a little bit of a stiff breeze in this first half. Usually swings around to the south sometime in the afternoon here, but at the moment it's running into their faces. And a beautiful centre field scrum to start things off. And it'll be halfback Rory Edwards. If you look to do a little scoot down the right-hand side and try and link up. Real danger man out there on the right wing for Cottesloe.
Good matchup in the first scrum here. Calla are going to look to use it as a weapon today. First one's just fallen down. Ball's available.
Yeah, a bit of a restart. It's a very big pack, the Kalamunda pack this afternoon. There's a lot of weight in there. And Cottesloe, they like to play a fast-paced game. They're going to look to move the ball early, trying to run around these big Kalamunda boys.
It's been the story this afternoon. You saw a little bit of it in the second grade clash there, but especially in thirds. Looks like Cottesloe really looking to have that runner off the ball. When they're getting into contact, they've been handing it off well. We'll see if the first can do that as well in this game. As we reset the scrum here now.
Coach!
Cottesloe will look to get below Kalamunda.
Set.
Just try to stop a bit of the early shove. Popping up in the centre now. Cottesloe with the first scrum penalty of the day. Kalamunda just pulling back and away.
Oh, Reggie Churchwood's going to love that against his old club, Kalamunda. Reggie came across to Cottesloe this year after rocking out down at Kalamunda and seeing that it was hardly anybody turning up to training. So he went, oh, bugger it, I'll go fish where the fish are, and went to the Premier's Cottesloe. And what a massive unit he is. Only 22 years of age, big Reggie Churchwood. And he would have loved that, getting an early penalty on the shove. As they're running out the tee, they're going to have an early shot at posts. And Cottesloe are just going to settle things into the afternoon's proceedings. They love playing down here at Harvey Field. Small little crowd gathering on top of the wall, opposite to us, looking into the sun here. One of the great places to play rugby in Perth on a fine day, probably the worst on a wet day.
I've been here on many wet days, certainly in my refereeing career as well. There's nothing more damaging to the soul on a cold, wet afternoon here at Cottesloe. At least today the wind's holding off as well.
So Caleb Young just steadies himself. He's looking to knock this one over. No troubles at all. Cottesloe out to a 3-0 lead in the first couple of minutes of this Fortescue Premier Grade match of the day. Brought to you by LMSC. And Kalamunda just going to get himself settled again. They're going to look to hopefully go long off this kick-off, try and catch Cottesloe inside their own half, make them play out. It's Coyote that'll do the restart, wearing jersey number 26 this afternoon.
Certainly is a future prospect for this Kalamunda side, Katal. This one goes deep inside the 22. Nicely recovered though by Cottesloe. They'll settle just inside their 22. Pods are set just to take control here. Edwards looks for Young deep.
Oh,
and
big
he's
mistake.
lost that one forward.
And Kalamunda get the, it's Cottesloe gets the penalty. Offside out in the left here. Oh, well, Kalamunda just got to keep their discipline this afternoon. They will put good pressure on the breakdown then. An untidy work at the back between Edwards and Young.
Now Young. Easy clearing chance looking at the halfway mark.
Nice nudge. Very nice nudge
really
by
nice
Young.
kick.
He'll be looking to steer his team around this afternoon. Cottesloe not without a couple of big units as well. The young hooker, Terrell Shortland-Berryman.
Good to see him back in the game.
Yeah. He's a former Kalamunda junior. Spent a bit of time at Wanneroo as well. And now finds himself playing for Cottesloe. They look to go to the front potentially here. No, they go to the back.
Really nice throw first off.
Edwards.
Won't normally see a hooker calling for third pod straight up. That's good confidence from the young man. Good set halfway. Cottesloe backs, looking to bust through out wide. Advantage is over from the referee, Coops. Edwards now, blindside again. Jack McDermott marching his way up the field nicely. Beautiful crash ball up by Churchwood. Ball spinning out now. Options available.
It's Wonga. He's a big unit. Here he is, he's the danger man. Good to Verada.
Needs to get himself to ground now.
Yeah, hands in the ruck there by Kalamunda that time, not releasing the man as well.
Just tackle assist there, Kalamunda.
Yeah, good call, Nick. Yep.
As you heard from Coops there, once that man's gone to ground, you've got to clearly release, get back on the ball straight away. Coops deeming he hasn't let go of the tackle player there.
So, early penalties to Cottesloe, getting the first three of the day. They're going to have a shot into a bit of a stiff breeze. Caleb Young just looking to settle things, keep the scoreboard ticking over. It's a good approach. Coach Ryan Westerway for Cottesloe has done a wonderful job with this group, coming out premiers last year. They had a wonderful season, played some very enterprising, exciting rugby. And they would be early favourites to go back-to-back, I would say, at this point of time in a shortened competition. Ethan Kalis out there in jersey number 24 with the black headgear. Young Rockingham Jr. He's been up at Cottesloe for a number of years now.
Cottesloe seeming to be holding on to possession a lot here early.
Yeah, they're going to have to run around these big boys. Oh, it's a bit ugly.
Just sneaks off to the left.
22.
And we'll come back to the 22.
Yeah, it didn't quite come off as well as he would have liked that one.
No, all good. Just behind, fellas.
All right, so Kalamunda with the restart. He's got a beautiful boot on him.
Young lower. This one's skied. Lands about 55. Across the back is Masson.
Oh, big shot in the midfield.
Going to be a few of them today from the Kalamunda forwards. Handy little tip off. Cottesloe working their way to the 10. Edwards now shooting.
Oh, great fend by Jackson in the midfield.
Yeah, there's two. Yeah.
Oh, double knock on there. Oh, big don't argue by Gregory Jackson in the midfield then.
No,
Gregory Jackson had a very good season for the Southern Lions Club last year. Cottesloe's picked him up in the off-season. Very good pick-up for them. He's an exciting prospect. Alistair Haining at 13 this afternoon. Very solid, underrated player. Does really good work out in the midfield. He's real dangerous in attack as well. Kalamunda are going to have to keep our eyes on those two this afternoon. And again, a good centre field scrum here, Nick. Potential to go down the short side.
I think you'll see Cala try using this one as a weapon once again. But they've got to be careful. They got turned around by Cop first up. This one straight to ground. Ball's available though. We're going to play away.
Left again. Haining, oh, gets it away.
Really nice hands by Cottesloe there.
Oh, he's put it down. That's Blackburn on the left wing here. Just unable to handle the pass. Again, just so Haining just being able to break that first tackle. It's a real skill and attribute of his. And that's twice now Kalamunda, Cottesloe haven't gone down the short side off the centre field scrum. I'm just wondering if that's an early tactic for them, Nick, just to play to the safety of this left-hand corner. A little bit of local knowledge.
Certainly they've been using that width all day in their lower grade sides.
But I'd love to see them go down that short side and really use Vatira Varada, because he can score tries. So Kalamunda haven't had a lot of possession so far. They get the feed. It'll be Jack Weir.
Good solid base for Cala's scrum. Held solid. Brought out nicely for Katal now.
Jack Weir calling for it and gets a penalty. Not releasing. Jackson on that occasion. And Jack Weir, the number 9 for Kalamunda, he's a real standout young player. He's been a very solid performer in this Premier Grade competition for a number of years now, and he's still only young. Katal pumps it along, just finds touch.
That'll be about 35 out from the line. So first look inside the half here for Kalamunda.
Yeah, big Benny Rumble, 17 on his back this afternoon. Rumbling towards the line out, mate, as he's going to throw this one in. Number 5, Hukalama. Oh, can't handle it.
Knock on.
Lost forward advantage. Cottesloe now, they're going to spin it.
Advantage over.
Not afraid to use it wide early. Gets all the way out there.
Here he goes.
Simi locked out nicely.
No.
40 out from the line. Nice back ball by Berryman. Still space, looking to kid it up now.
Puppets, good work from him.
Out, Black.
Ball cleared now for the pod.
Big Wanga. He's going to handful, rumbles it up.
Strip.
He's been stripped by Jack Weir, the little man, stripping it off the big man.
Really handy work by the halfback. Now they need to find a halfback. Knock backwards, find space. This is a charging run. Kick through, just stopped. Raya would have been off. Now McDermott locked up.
Oh, penalty to Kalamunda.
Won the penalty.
A little bit of push and shove, a little bit of niggle.
Just
Kalamunda
letting
boys
him
happy
know.
with that. Graham Cooper just telling the boys to settle down. But what a great little break there. Number 10 for Kalamunda, Blake Hignett-Stevens.
Yeah.
Saw the little break. It's probably a good option to try and put the ball on the toe. But Jack McDermott got in the way. Katal now, he's going to try and put this ball deep inside the Cottesloe half. Again, we're back to the similar position.
Yes.
Good little bit of banter coming from the sidelines here. We're really close to the action down here at Harvey Field on the bench side. Both benches very close to the sideline. They'll be letting the hooker know if he does a bad throw, the Cop bench.
Nice six-man setup here, Kalamunda. Cottesloe early jump, goes the back over every single one of them. Gets tied up for the back line now. Nice hit up by Horsburgh. Moving through hands now, Katal locked up midfield. Might have lost that one in contact. Play on, says the ref. Darting down the short side now, Weir. Rea comes off his wing, wants a piece of the pie. Moves them up to 24 out. So weird. Offload goes to Stevens. Pulls out wide. Backwards the call. Lower checks inside. Flanker, we've got the ball there. That'll be Horsbro. Got to be careful here, Kalamunda. Turnover's good, Cottesloe. Really well done by Berryman there, just to get his hands over the top.
Good turnover by Cott.
Now they have to settle.
Thank you.
No need to rush in situations like this. That's a good level-headed kick. That's deep. That's found space.
It's gone deep inside the Kalamunda half. Stevens has got a lot of work to do here. Elects to go infield.
More angle.
Pumps it long. Edwards. Plenty of space.
Really
They're all
nicely
offside.
Bring it back to the short side. 3 Kalamunda men meet. No way through there.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, nothing on for Young.
No, he looks lost in the middle. Edwards got to rally the troops here. Trying to set pod left. But they're more of a back line than a pod, these forwards. Advantage now. Cottesloe's way.
Yep. And a well-earned breather there. Good little bit of toing and froing in the game just then. Murphy doing a great job with the boot. Really nailing that kick before, and Kalamunda with all the work to do to try and work it back up to the Cottesloe end of the field. And Masson did an excellent job there in retaining his feet. And Cottesloe at the moment getting the edge on the contest at the breakdown at the moment, Nick. Just getting all the 50-50 penalties going their way. And Murphy again. Young again, just putting it down inside the Kalamunda 22.
Good field position here. Penalty count is 2-2 at the moment.
Yeah, Caleb Young has impressed me so far this game. It's good head on his shoulders. Made some good options. A nice kick on him. So now the Cottesloe line out. What will they do?
Berryman with the call. Nice 3-pod ball again.
Advantage.
And just taken out in the air there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you do here, Nick? You reckon you go to the sideline again and test their line out?
Well, I'm an old rugby head. My number one rule in rugby is take the points. But as the modern game, as we've seen, everyone likes to go to the corner early in the game now. That's what they've done.
Yeah, I think Cottesloe just getting a sense that they're just getting on top of the Kalamunda guys at the moment.
Just wait until they hit the deck, please.
Watching the footage from last week, though, I saw a lot of the times in this situation, this is going to be the difference of the day. Cottesloe tended to go off the top, give the backs a run.
Yep.
I guarantee you, Kalamunda, if they get the same field position, they'll be mauling it. Cottesloe want to have a crack early, though.
Yeah, good structure. It's a good setup.
It's a good setup. Backline's called up.
Taking their time. Yeah, they get the momentum going now.
Need to turn that into forwards
That's
movement.
fine, play on.
Starting to splinter.
They're going to be one short here. Need to get some forwards pulled out for the next movement.
Are they there or not? No.
Oh,
Collapse
Scrum.
maul, unplayable. Scrum, Kalamunda.
Wow. They just splintered the last bit there, Cottesloe. They looked to have the ascendancy in the maul, but they just ran out of numbers as they splintered to the right. And Kalamunda, good defence on their part. They'll take a lot of confidence to be able to repel this Cottesloe pack.
I'm sure they backed themselves in on a quite good maul defence.
And
They've certainly
Katau's-
got the weight.
Yeah, Katau's going to have to do a lot of work today at 10. Kick his team out of trouble. They've got some good wheels out wide, Kalamunda, as well. They've got a couple of nice wingers in Ralulu and Raheri.
Certainly last week even, there was a lot of good inside check balls. Katau to Raheri. They'd come off a line out. Raheri would be the inside check ball, but it was all the timing of the way those two play together. Certainly opened up a few gaps. They got a few scrum tries and a few line out tries off that.
So the boys just having a bit of a drink here.
Time's
Yeah.
back on.
And referee Graham Cooper will get us underway. Jack Weir to feed.
Looked like a crash ball set up first phase. Then maybe to the clearing kick. Nice in out by Kalamunda. Cottesloe trying to hold the man up, force the maul called. This is going to be really good work if they can hold this ball in the contest. And they've got a turnover straight from
good
it.
Work.
Now Young gives it out. That'll be Murphy. 8 out from the line. Pick and go, Hangy gets stopped, 4 out. Straight through the middle, counter ruck. Ball's clear though. Isolated now, Cott.
Cottesloe with the numbers now. Wanga sucking in the defenders.
Advantage is out.
No arms, tackle, step.
Got to be careful, Calla.
Oh, long ball.
Really great
One
long
on
ball.
one.
Blackburn stays in play.
Yeah, we'll go back for the penalty. No arms in that shot. Moses Wanga drawing in a few defenders there, and one of them tried to really knock him off his big feet.
17, no arms.
And a penalty right in front of the sticks here. And I'm with you here, Nick. You've got to take the points. The Cottesloe have been down here for a little period of time now. They need to keep this scoreboard ticking over.
6-0 is not a bad result for the first bit of this game as well.
Just a bit of a discussion here, and they've elected to go for a scrum.
The first one in midfield.
All right, well, this is a must-score opportunity now for Cottesloe. They really need to convert
Really
this
got to
field
use
position
this.
into points. And obviously backing their scrum, they're feeling fairly confident at the moment. Moses Wanga, Berryman and Churchwood, big front row for Cottesloe. I like the work of their locks at the moment too. Murphy and Huppets are getting around the paddock really well, getting a lot of work. They're in the breakdown and carries.
Crouch. Fine. Set.
Elbow down, Cottesloe near side. That's caused Calla to push back. Just a little bit of a weak position on the loose head for Cottesloe there.
Yeah, all over that one. Great work by the Kalamunda number 7. And Ethan Kalis got himself in a little bit of trouble then as he peeled out of the scrub, as you said, Nick. Just a little bit disrupted that scrum that time, and Kalis had a little bit of work to do. But it was the 7 for Kalamunda, Linton Horsburgh, that got the turnover for his team.
Disappointing result, that 2 penalties inside the 22 for Cottesloe there. They've come away with nothing.
Oh, it's a great nudge by Gatau. That is a 50-metre nudge. Takes it right down to the halfway. It's a beautiful kick.
McDermott was doing his best there to keep that one in front of us.
Just make sure you get Reggie on you, please.
So,
At the back.
Big Benny Rumble
Getting on you, yeah.
will throw this one in. Hanari Hukalamo is a big unit, number 5 for Kalamunda. So go to the back.
He'll lift third pod.
Jack Weir gets a good ball away.
Stabbing kick through. No one's on the actual on the paint there. Gets the bounce he needed.
McDermott, a bit of work to do. Oh! And the ball's come loose. Keller's got it. Oh, geez, that was danger time then. Jack McDermott just taking his time, tidying that one up over on the right-hand side of the field, right in front of the wall. Made a bit of a meal of it, and that could have really cost Cottesloe then. That could have been a 5-pointer.
Just using a little bit too much time there, McDermott. I think he could let the ball bounce a second time.
It was a good little kick from Stevens. Smart little bit of foot. He saw the winger was up and the fullback was centre field, and there was a nice little bit of space there, and he just popped it in there.
Perfect weight. I think we'll see that a little bit today there with Gatau and McDermott swapping out at 10. Both handy playmakers.
Yeah, of course, Lua Gatau, he's not a small boy. He can certainly carry the football when he needs to.
He's a young boy, but he's bulked up in the last few years really handily. Still moves though.
Stay straight.
Ball just got to get to the back for Calla here. So Gatau, back deep ball.
Oh, needs to go, needs to
Simpkins
go.
Gets that one to Raher.
Here he is.
Busting all the way to the corner. He's in touch. That'll be 10 out from the line.
Good little bit of tidy up.
Yeah. Coming back for the penalty.
He just had to stop. Just had to stop for the pass there, Raher. And Blackburn got across and bundled him into touch. What do we got here? We got
So we have penalty, and then I think we've called the scrum off the penalty.
assistant referee just coming in to have a chat to referee Cooper.
Ball under control, says Coops. As we look here, ball gets fired out to Raher. And just a little bit high on the contact
Yeah, that's
there.
probably what he's got him for.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's a bit unlucky, isn't it? He
No
had to
reason to
really
have your hand
stretch
up
there.
there, though. Yeah.
Blackburn had to really stretch to get him. Nothing in it. He just had to stop a little bit there. The ball from Joseph Simpkins was just a little bit high for him. But good intent by Kalamunda to try and throw it wide.
Let's see what this pack can muster.
Jack Weir.
Cottesloe really showing some dominance early in the scrum here, and they've
yeah.
walked away with another
Instant.
penalty. It wasn't their strongest weapon last week. They're getting moved around a lot, but it looks like they've brought some technique together.
Yeah, it's big Moses Wonga. He's absolutely minced the number 3 for Kalamunda.
Yeah, Hecky has definitely
there.
folded on himself.
Yep. Oh,
And he
Big
walks
Mac,
away
he's
slowly.
hurting a bit too, Big Mac. He knows he's been owned there. Big Moses Wonga. He's a big handful. You can see his big frame there behind Caleb Young. As he takes play just outside the Cottesloe 22. And Cottesloe will look to make their way back down the Kalamunda end of town. 3-0 on the scoreboard to Cottesloe. We're about 20 minutes in.
Another great toss.
It's Kalis.
Tackle release.
Got to move now. So that'll be O'Sullivan. Nice crash ball. Looking to centre back.
Off he goes.
What a line break there.
Haining, look at him go. Beats 1, beats 2.
Squares
Shrugs
up
off
on
a
the
third, offloads. Blackburn for the corner. Is he in?
Yes, he's in.
in. Graham Cooper wards a try. What a great bit of play from Alistair Haining.
Yeah, that's a captain's run early on in the game.
Absolutely turned the Jets on, hit a beautiful line, and just held things up in the midfield and stepped back inside before linking with Blackburn. It was a wonderful piece of work from Cottesloe.
Craftily done there to back himself, beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, but then checked himself inside, took the bump, was happy to go to ground, managed to stay on his feet, checks out to his winger in Blackburn there, and he goes all the way to the corner.
Blackburn had a little bit of work to do. He had 2 or 3 defenders to get to the try line and did a wonderful job dotting it down right in the corner, and referee Graham Cooper awarding the try. He kept up with play really well then, jolly on the spot to give it the 5 points. So Cottesloe equal to the task. I really like how they set that play up. They went the right for a couple of phases. Kalis set it up early and then swung it back with Haining really hitting the ball at speed. Good
So
bit of footy.
After 25 minutes now, 8-0 with a kick to come.
Yep, and Cottesloe seemed very composed. Kalamunda just having a chat under the post. They had their opportunities there. They had that 5-metre scrum. As Young shapes up this kick right on the touchline. Difficult kick. And it's way to the left. So 8 points to 0 in favour of Cottesloe. Down here at Harvey Field for the Fortescue Premier Grade match of the round. Cottesloe 8, Kalamunda 0.
Kalamunda just need to find something to piece together now. Just looking a little bit flat when they're in attack. Certainly the first 2 or 3 phases are good, but then they got to piece something together. They, as you see, when Cottesloe get 4 or 5 deep with the forwards, they've got that 6-man back line all set deep, giving themselves space. They're stacking the left side here.
Absolutely, you got to kick it into the sun.
Yep.
Nice high restart there.
Really nice shaping kick.
Beautiful take by Murphy.
Stay. Stay.
Edwards organising the troops.
Young at the back. Good counter-attacking opportunity now for Kalamunda. It's the big number 8. He's going to charge it up. Oh, good contact in the midfield.
That's what he's there.
Cottesloe's got to release that ball. Off they go. Stevens pops one in behind.
Bit of work to do.
Inside.
Calm and clearing kick by McDermott there.
Yeah, nice bit of work by McDermott. Just encouraging the assistant referee to give him an extra 5 yards there.
Didn't have much angle to work with. I think that's a good result from where he was.
Black ball.
Yeah, I would like to see Kalamunda just hold on to that pill for a couple of phases there rather than put it in behind. I think, you know, with that charge of the number 8 there, they just need to get a bit of front foot ball and settle into this game a bit better.
There you go. They won that line out nicely. See what they can do from here. Rumbling up the middle, Horsburgh.
Yeah, penalty.
Just too slow to get out of that one.
Against Ethan Kalis that time, not staying on your feet. At the breakdown, we're 40 metres out right in front, and Jack Wearsens will take the points, thanks, sir. So Kalamunda just starting to get a little bit of possession, showing some promising touches.
I think it's a good call to go for the points as well.
Yep.
Catel's worked on his kicking in the last few years. This is definitely not outside his range. You can see he's bulked up nicely.
Now, people get hung up on the breeze down here at Cottesloe, and it can be your undoing from time to time when you think you've got the breeze behind you. It's the team that plays with the football will generally get the chocolates down here, not necessarily the team that kicks well, but you need to play a bit of field position from time to time. But it's very deceptive down here with the breeze. That side where the wall is, there's not much breeze at all over there, so you can play down that side of the field. Gattau well within his range. Slight breeze at his back.
In he comes. Sweetly off the boot.
Yep.
And that one's over.
Into the back wall. All right, so Kalamunda on the board. Cottesloe 8, Kalamunda 3 in our Fortescue Premier Grade match of the round down here at Harvey Field. Wonderful afternoon down at Cottesloe.
By the time of this kickoff, we'll have 10 to go in the first half.
Caleb Young to get us back underway. He's had a good first 25. Goes deep. Gets slammed up onto the top of the hill there.
Sure of that one.
So Kalamunda really got to start putting some pressure on this Cottesloe line out. They don't want to give up easy possession. They really got to get someone up in that middle and put some pressure on the front as well. As the big number 8's just receiving a little bit of attention. Samana Tafa, he had a very big game last week against Perth Bayswater. He was named in the team of the week, the Rugby WA team of the week. He's a real handful.
Simi on the wing for Cottesloe, been kept quiet early on.
Yeah, he had one little glimpse there where he set sail, but I think he'll come into his own in the second half, Nick. I think he loves a little bit of space in that broken field type play that Cottesloe are renowned for, and once that pace of the game picks up, he'll come into his own. He's very good at coming off his wing as well, getting involved off his wing, so no doubt just easing into the 2020 season, Sammy, as Fijians tend to do.
Exactly.
Just take their time until it's time
always
to go.
Fit, always ready, as they'd say.
All good?
Yep. But Al Haining, for me, like, you just got to look at the way he can inject himself into this game. Between him and Jackson, later in this second half, I'm expecting big things from them. So Cottesloe is Berryman with the ball.
Jeez, they're good feeds from Berryman.
Oops. Wanga, knockback, says referee Cooper.
Cottesloe pile in a couple numbers to secure that one. Edwards. Penalty goes Kalamunda's way.
So Kalis again. He didn't. I can't see. We can't quite hear Graham Cooper at the moment, so we're not sure what he's done there. No signals for us or anything, Nick. What's going on, Coops? Come on, give us a hand.
Look, I think he's going the no clear release there, but he was certainly quick to dismiss
Get
himself.
your hand signals for us, Coops, so we can call it.
Good entry into the 22 there by Kattau.
Here we go, Kalamunda. It'd be really beneficial for them to get some points on the board on this visitation down to the Cottesloe 22. I like to see him try and rumble the line out up here just to suck in a few Cottesloe defenders.
I think they've definitely been planning to do that.
The back again.
Cottesloe steal this one.
I'm not sure about that one.
Cottesloe looking to march this one. They're going to march their way out of the 22 though. Penalty goes their way, pulling out Kalamunda. Yeah.
Yeah, geez, I'm not sure about that option going to the back when you're inside the team's 22. You know, that's just money for jam ball. The Cottesloe probably weren't even going to compete for that ball if they're going for 2 or 4. They've just got to be a little bit smarter than that, Calla.
I think Cottesloe know as well. They expect them to go up at first pod, set the maul. I'm sure Cottesloe all week have been practicing how to disrupt that maul.
Yep.
And now we see ourselves back inside Kalamunda's half.
Sometimes players can just overthink the game. It's not a hard game to play. You just got to retain the possession and win the ball. And you know, going for that high risk throw at the back as Berryman goes to the back this time, unopposed.
Hasn't hit the front.
Masson. I'm not sure if that was straight. Play on. Jackson. Straight through.
Gets up. Has a crack again. Now. Centering midfield. Looks like Masson. Edwards to Young. Now Masson taking it up, second pod.
Big hole in the midfield. No. Oh.
That's gone down twice now.
Advantage.
No way through for Qatar there.
It's getting a bit sloppy. Broken field now. O'Sullivan was the one from Cottesloe that coughed that ball up midfield. We'll go back for the scrum. Young halfback Rory Edwards for Cottesloe just a little bit slow on the delivery at the moment. Caleb Young having to rifle the ball across. I'd like to see Edwards probably get out and scoot a bit more to suck in those
just
3,
take those
4
first
defenders.
2 steps. Yeah,
just take those first 2 steps occasionally, just to commit those defenders either side of the rucks. At the moment, there's no one committing either side of those rucks. Cottesloe haven't got runners close to the ruck at all, so it's the job of the halfback to try and commit those defenders. Otherwise, they're not going to get the space further out.
No, too right, because Cottesloe, they're not a pick and go slide either. There's no threat of that round the fringe, so it's up to the halfback to make that. It's nice level scrum again.
Centre field scrum. Off they go.
8 tied it up nicely. Stabbing kick through, just gets the bounce. And that one to be well into touch.
Simpkins that time, nice little kick in behind. Nothing wrong with that play. But Kalamunda starting to spend a bit of time.
That's it.
Cottesloe off the top. Good ball. Masson.
I think if you're Calla, you've got to start jumping at 3 on these pods. Otherwise, Berriman's going to have a field day back there all the time.
So Sullivan this time. Back row is combining well out there for Cottesloe.
Nice hands inside Churchwood.
Out 7.
Midfield now.
Oh, rumble on Wonga. Good collision of the big men.
Now, Edwards. Long ball. Stabbing kick through.
Oh, he's nearly away, Harry. Oh, yeah, no, that's all right. He played at it.
Charge down, Grant
Nick's
Cooper,
got his
though.
hands up for a charge down, but the
It's got to be, sir.
player definitely played at it.
I didn't see it that way.
You can see Jack Weir having a few words to referee Graham Cooper.
Don't worry, we'll clip that one, Coops. We'll have a discussion about it next week.
Jack. Nick's on your side. Will be in his game review. So again, we saw Caleb Young really ripping that ball, looking for that space out wide. Just like to see him just maybe take it to the line a little bit more rather than just rip it. Just varying his attack a little bit better.
Call! Fine! Call! Set!
Stable platform. Cock got to watch that elbow dropping. Calla with their first good push of the day. Put a little bit of pressure on that time. Now ball comes spinning out backwards.
Oh, Jackson wrapped up beautifully in the midfield.
Blackburn has to secure.
And it gets the penalty. Cottesloe leaving their feet.
They're under pressure. They had to do something to secure the ball.
Yeah, great bit of D in the midfield by Kalamunda that time on Jackson. And they're going to have another shot, which is a sensible option.
Yeah, very similar. Only about 4 or 5 metres to the right of where the first one was. Katau back himself from the 40 all day.
I like the way Robin O'Sullivan and Cohen Masson are getting involved in the carries this afternoon. Both have had a number of good carries off the second and third phase, setting the ball up nicely for the Cop backs, but they just need to probably just vary their attack a little bit more rather than go wide all the time.
Seems to be on the transition. I don't mind spreading wide every single phase, especially if you're playing the 15s rugby. You have a flanker and a prop on each of the 15s, and we'll spin it back, forth as the pod's there. But it's on the transition. I find Rory Edwards, he's looking up, looking for the backline play. Caleb Young, maybe he's just got to organise, pull the forwards out, tell them to commit to one more ruck, and actually allow 12, 13, 14 to actually have a run instead of just following that same forward play all the way up the field.
Yep. So Katau, 40 metres out, just to the right-hand side of the upright. Hit the first one beautifully.
That's a good strike.
This one looks even better.
That's a great kick once again from Katau. Moves us up. We're 37 into the first half.
Cottesloe 8, Kalamunda 6, down here at Harvey Field with Fortescue Premier Grade match of the round. The reigning premiers Cottesloe taking on the Kalamunda Bulls in round 2.
2 to go in the first half. Long start by Young. Kalamunda forward securing nicely. Weir looks deep.
Katau bangs it down the field.
Found really good open space.
Good space. And finds beautiful. That's a lovely piece of work by
kick.
Kalamunda. That's good footy. Settled the restart. Set it up nicely. One out the back on the big right foot and banged it downfield. So Kalamunda just they've impressed me so far. They've hung in there. They've repelled the early attacks. And now settling into a bit of rhythm in this game. They just need to probably put a little bit more pressure on the Cottesloe set piece for mine.
It's normally their strong suit as well, Calla. Coming into a game like this, you'd think Calla would have the dominance, mainly in the scrum and in the maul. But also their lineout's not bad.
Oh, Weir loses it. Oh, good contact there between Murphy.
So, Kalamunda settling midfield.
Oh, little knock on. What do we got? Another penalty? Have another shot, thanks, sir. Right in front, almost similar spot.
Look, I'm not going to be
3
mad
from 3.
at all.
Shot.
Love seeing this. That's confidence in your kicker right there. Not many teams are kicking from 40 out, 3 on the trot.
And I think he's just going to have a word to Al Haining now and just say similar penalties. I think that was offside there, was it, Nick?
Yeah.
Yep. And again, Cottesloe uncontested at the line out. Nice, easy win for them. But Rory Edwards unable to tidy up off the top, which is, a bit unfortunate for Cottesloe. I think he's probably holding them back a little bit at the moment. Rory Edwards is 9.
Do you think it's a straight sub, or do you think it's run on and ask him just to pick through?
Yeah, he just needs to settle things down and just maybe have a bit more of a run around the edges. Stay a little bit more over the ball with his pass.
Now this,
I wouldn't be yanking him.
Big kick entering into half time. This could put us up 9-8.
Another nice strike.
Really
Beautiful
good kicking here by Katau.
Quality stuff.
So that brings us up to half time. Katau, 3 great kicks, 3 gate penalty goals for Kalamunda. They've just snuck their way in front, 9-8 at half time. We'll catch you after this.
Correct.
So we'll just check on any replacements, and we'll try and get into the commentary. Tobias Hoskins, the captain from Cottesloe, who's currently on the injured list. So I'll be back with you soon, Nick.
All right, as Katau lines up to take the kick here. Referee Graham Cooper just checking with both sides. And they're ready to go. And we're off for the second half. Nice, high, deep, piercing kick by Katau. Secure nicely, Masson. Goes again. Really nice release, needs support. Coops brings him back.
Being tackled, yep. Penalty against Green.
And no clear release. The call by Graham Cooper.
Tackle. It's their ball. 3 made the tackle. 3 against 3.
Oh, apologies. 3 black, no clear release is the call. Got a release, got to give that player an opportunity to make his move. And now Caleb Young will kick to touch. And now I'm joined here by the injured Cottesloe captain. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, fantastic. It's a beautiful afternoon down here at Cottesloe.
Very picturesque down here. One of the best grounds in the world, I reckon, to play rugby here.
Says you.
Yeah, no, pretty biased here.
Look, you're disappointed not to be out there today?
Yeah, definitely. Picked up a little groin niggle a couple of weeks ago, but I've got full confidence in the boys. I think we've got a lot of depth in the club this year. And we've got some really good guys out there that can play the game we want to play and get it done today.
First half, you made your way into the 22 a couple of times. Boys opted to kick to touch. You a fan of that decision? Is that what you guys have been talking about?
I back our captain Ali, and we haven't executed like we should have. And I feel like a couple of mauls, a scrum, in good position. We execute how we're meant to. That's 5-7 points. So it's just letting us down a little bit there, but we'll come good this second half.
Exactly there. And without prodding, there's no real trend there that has been discussed with all the 3 penalties coming on the 40-metre. Against Kalamunda, that's given Lower Katau 3 beautiful kicks at goal. It's a very similar field position. Each time they get into the 40, you guys are blowing that penalty.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we're that is, but it's just with Lower Kaiatu kicking like that, we've got to be careful with our discipline, because if we're not, we're going to be punished like we have been in the first half. So the boys got to pick that up and listen to Coops out there in the middle.
Exactly, yeah. Coops has got well control of these games. You're not going to win a fight against him.
No.
As we see, just lost forward there. We're going to have a scrum. The one I've been impressed with today is the return of Berryman and hooker for you guys. He's throwing to pod 3 all day, hooking really well. I've played a bit of juniors with him. I'm a big fan of him. And look, he's fitting in quite nicely to your side.
Mate, I was very, very surprised to see him. I actually managed him when he was playing the Force 20s. So I was surprised when he came down to training a couple of weeks ago. And he's been a great addition to us. He's always a very skillful hooker. And I've seen him come through the Western Force Academy. So I know he's got the skills and stuff that's been brought up there to throw those long balls, those deep balls for us.
All right, before I let you go, what do you want to see in the next 40 minutes? What's something you think you want to see?
Just to execute our game plan and be a bit tough on ourselves with the detail. And that's always good to see a good scrum like that going well. But
and that is a terrific push by the boys. I'll let you go there. We'll get back into the action here with Coops now. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Have a good day. Thanks, guys.
So another great scrum penalty there, as we're just talking about. Berryman, the brand new hooker there for Cottesloe. They've gone ahead. They've pushed straight through. They've got themselves another penalty. Mitch, welcome back to the desk.
Yeah, big Kaiser Reedy. He's on the field this second half. He's going to make a big impact, and you can see it there already, the big unit, number 17. He's going to really destroy this Kalamunda scrum. He's a real handful, and Cottesloe are playing their trump card at the moment of bringing him on.
Yeah.
Good insights there from the captain, at least from Cottesloe. Did you catch much of that discussion there?
Oh, I couldn't hear him because the crowd was cheering so much around that scrum.
Exactly there. Basically what he's looking for from his team, he wants to make sure they actually execute some opportunities like this. When they're getting in the 22, set up a maul, they've got to convert. He wasn't unhappy with the decision to go to the corner before. This is exactly what they're looking for. They've got to convert that.
Kalamunda offside there, playing advantage as they push through.
Straight through the middle. Got to make sure they clear out now, secure the ball. Edwards clears.
Long ball.
Nice double cut ball.
Still playing advantage. They'll go back.
No advantage.
Yeah, I'll be backing themselves in
Number
here.
3.
Oh, yellow card, pulling it down. Big
And
call.
that's it.
Ooh,
Mac
wow.
Hecky is going to be going to the sin bin for 3.
That's a big call from
and then 3.
referee Graham Cooper.
So rolling more forward, 3 collapsing. Graham Cooper says that one's cynical. He'll spend 10 in the bin.
That's going to play right in Cottesloe's hands. Wouldn't be surprised if they go to the sideline again. So Ryan Murphy's come off for Cottesloe, and Kaiser Reedy's come on for him. And Ben Grant's on for Murphy, and Moses Wonga is off, and Kaiser Reedy's on for Moses Wonga.
Beautiful.
For the Cottesloe, and for Kalamunda, Will Taheki Wade is on for the number 8, Wonga Sinamanatafa.
Now Cottesloe opting for the scrum again. So similar options. They're down by 1. And they're still going to opt to look for the 7 here.
Yeah, I mean, especially after that first scrum, they absolutely shunted them. So 7-man scrum.
Brand new prop on as well for Kalamunda with the card. I think they'll be looking to hold this one in.
To Hickey Wade, impressive beard on him.
Berryman not happy, stands up.
On, Coops, let's go. Let's get him going.
No rush at scrum time. No rushing at scrum time.
30-second shot clock.
No, not at all. This is a piece of beauty here. Watch this.
So Cottesloe looking to convert the Kalamunda man being in the bin. Here comes the
good
shove.
initial shove. They've all got through. Now they can wheel if they want, but they want
Nice
to drive
and
straight.
square, nice
Moving
and
left
square.
hand
Here
up.
they go. Oh, the ball spat out.
Oh, great cutout
Haining
pass there.
straight through.
Al Haining, your captain. Really good angle on the run there. Coming off the back of what can only be described as a spectacular scrum once again by Cottesloe. And the back's able to finish off the job nicely.
Yeah, wonderful push from the Cottesloe pack then. Looked like they were going to go all the way for a good pushover. Ball just spitting out the back there, and Caleb Young just flinging it wide. Dummy switch, hits Haining, steps out of the tackle from Stevens, and over he goes. And Al Haining gets the stride for his team. And Cottesloe back in the leaders' circle. Takes the score out to 13. Kalamunda 9 with a kick to come. And that's just what Cottesloe wanted just after half-time. Going to their set piece, really dominating Kalamunda and then converting it into points. So Coach Ryan Westerway be very happy with the way the team started this second half.
Exactly. We just heard from the captain once again there. He said he was happy with the options that the captains are taking, and obviously it's paid off. They don't need to always go for the points. They're backing themselves to score big tries.
Yeah, and Cottesloe is one of those teams that can really get away from you quickly. They can really punish you. They can put back-to-back tries on and score them from anywhere. So Kalamunda just got to regroup a little bit here. They'll be a little bit disappointed with that start as Young moves in and gets the extra 2. So score goes out to 15 points for Cottesloe. Kalamunda on 9 in our Fortescue Premier Grade match of the day. All games replayed on NITV on Sundays at 11:30.
Kalamunda wanting to light a fire early in this half. Stay in this game. Don't let Cottesloe get up.
Oh, rookie error here. I'd be going to that wall side if I was Kotu. It goes high though. It's a lovely kick-off. Big
Really
Grant
nice
under it.
kick-off.
Fumbles it.
Knocked backwards, Blue.
Kalamunda with it now.
And that'll be Ali centering up in the midfield. Weir calls for troops.
Oh, big
Rumble.
Benny Rumble. Rumbles it up.
Stripped, play on.
Stripped. Kalis comes away with it. Off he goes.
Loves to open up the legs here.
Out of 1, out of 2. Oh, lovely little offload. Oh, just spilled at the last.
Just
Little
spilled on by
one-hander
Huffington.
around the corner. It's a good little run by Kalis. Probably didn't need to throw it really there, Nick. Like but that's not the Cottesloe way, is it?
It's not the
You know,
Cottesloe
They're going
way.
to chance their hand if they get a little breakout.
They're backing themselves to have the offhand runner all the time. Now we'll settle 42 out from Callis line with a scrum. So both playmakers out to the right for Kalamunda here. First things first, Weir's got to get this one in and out before Calla get the shove on. Steady platform.
Here it comes.
Really good shove by Cottesloe. Brings it straight through.
Walked it round.
Just got to get the left-hand side up as well there. Good call by Graham Cooper.
Big Kaiser Reedy. He's a big unit. Just walked it around that time. Got a lot of weight going through that front row. And against 7 men, you've got to be able to control it. So beautiful kick again. Sends it right down inside the Cottesloe 22. So Kalamunda back on the attack now. Looking to use their line out.
Good early entry in the half for them.
If I was them, I'd try and rumble this up. I really would try and keep it tight. To Hickey Wade out in the centres. Big frame of the man.
Sizing up something.
Yeah, I reckon they're going to go to him off the top here.
Katow nestled in nicely behind him though. Could be a decoy.
down.
Ball comes.
This is him now. Wade. Off he goes. Bangs it in.
Straight up and in.
Out.
Settles 22 out now. Weir finds short a good option.
Over the top.
Play on.
Look out. Here's Rahiri.
Hasn't had to see much of the ball. Good offload by Rahiri.
Simpkins.
Tackle now. Got a release.
Come on. Come on, Coops.
Just a little bit long there, Robin O'Sullivan. Ball spinning out back door.
Let's wait again.
Got to
Wait
straighten
again.
up.
Out of 1, out of 2. He's a handful.
Lost
Oh,
forward.
he's lost it.
Knock on.
And we'll go back for the penalty for the non-release.
Time off.
Now, it'll be interesting here because he sent a benchmark down here,
Certainly
sending the
did.
Kalamunda guy off. The team weren't on a warning. Cottesloe aren't on a warning.
Same message. Next one down here goes.
There we go. They've got a warning now.
Yeah, no mystery in that call by Graham Cooper, the referee there. Now, if you've heard that message in your Kalamunda,
Just over here.
You've got to try and exploit it.
you
Ball
got to
in
find
hand.
a penalty.
Ball in hand.
Now, they had a good couple rolling maul tries last week. This is the first chance for them to really have a crack at it 5 out.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if they're going to go that way, though. I think Teheki
If there's a way to draw a penalty,
Teheki
I'd be going
Wade
the
in
maul.
the midfield's a real handful. He played 12 last week for them, and that's where he's come out. And Kotu's pushed out 1,
Similar setup.
and they're going to use him again. But this time they've shut him
Really
down real
great run.
quickly.
Good chase defense, Cottesloe.
Oh,
Backwards.
Just lost back with the call.
Stay.
Need to get deeper here, Kalamunda. See, they're a bit flat there. Only option is to take it and carry.
stripped. Off goes Jackson. Oh, he went
Charged
to boot
out.
it downfield. Play on.
No offsides. Great tackle by Rear.
Yeah, up and good pilfer as well. Great work by Jack Weir. And then he stripped Jackson again. It's 2 strips in a row for Jackson.
Easy.
Comes Reedy, charges it up. Out of 1.
Can he loosen the hands? Secures nicely. Lefts the call numbers. 6 on 4.
Numbers. Oh, no. Ball in
Crafty
hand,
chip
boys.
here. Got to get on it.
Oh. No, play on.
Tackle.
Cottesloe stripped back. Win it
Here we go.
again.
Numbers
Deep,
over there
no
on the
one
right
home.
again. He kicked it straight down his throat.
Here goes Ruler.
Oh.
Borderline
Simpkins
ball there.
goes long. There's the winger now. The try scorer it is. Blackburn.
He's gonna
kicks
find
it long
space.
as well. Stevens now. No pressure.
He's got time. Wants to stay inside his 22. Just
And
settle
off.
play. Cottesloe very happy with that result.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen Cott running a couple of times there. They had the numbers on the left and went for the chip over the top. They had the numbers on the right and they went long. I would have just liked to see them just ball in hand, try and build some phases rather than try and just play field position there.
Because we've
They
seen
could
when they go on
put
counter.
They could really put Callum under the sword now if they can play the ball in hand and pick up the pace of the game. Jackson just getting a bit of attention. A couple of nice strips by him.
Ball comes in a bit early. Really
Off he
nice
goes.
scoop up.
He's out of 1, out of 2.
Nice set of Weir. Feeds again. Katau charge
Charge
down,
down.
kick again.
Weir.
Settles. Rumble got to be careful about his entry there. Stevens jabbing through. Playing for field position both sides at the moment. Crafty
all right.
use of the head.
McDermott didn't play at it. Kicks ahead.
That one stayed in.
Simpkins is going to have to go. Oh,
Doesn't
nice
want to get
footwork from
isolated
him out
from
of
Cooler
1.
though. That's 3
Now
on
he's
1.
isolated. Calamunda's all over.
Turnover's
They get the
good.
turnover. He surely was offside. No,
Ball clear.
turned over back to
Got to get to
Cottesloe.
ground. Tackle
Numbers
now.
on the right. They'll be queuing up. Berryman out here, unmarked. There's 2 or 3 man overlap. Little kicker across the top. Just got to catch it and score here.
Someone's got to get it. Berryman will be
Yeah,
the man.
Berryman will get it. There we go.
No stranger to standing on the wing, that hooker.
Geez, I thought they butchered that. There was about 5 or 6 blokes all queuing up for a try out here, and they elected to kick it across field.
There was no certainty while that was in the air.
Yeah, and that time the fullback Simpkins from Kalamunda just getting himself isolated. He got out of the first tackle easy enough, but then just didn't have the support. And the Cottesloe had the numbers to infect the turnover, and then it was just a simple matter of moving the ball to space, and they chose to do it through the air with a nice little kick across field from McDermott. So, starting to look a little bit ominous for Kalamunda now. They've got a man in the bin. It's cost them 13 points so far. My maths is a bit out. Sorry about that. It's 12 points so far. And Caleb Young has really done a great job this afternoon as a number 10 for Cottesloe.
He seems a little more settled this second half already.
And Mac Hecky is allowed to come back on the field now. Heard from referee Graham Cooper as Young settles. Right in front of his bench, this kick. Nice strike.
Got to travel. Really well done.
Yeah, very good. Score goes out now. Cottesloe 17, Kalamunda 9 in our Fortescue Premier Grade match of the day down here at Harvey Field. And Cottesloe with back-to-back tries now. Terrell Berryman's had a good, strong game this afternoon. His throws have been pretty good. His work rate's been good, and he gets rewarded for his efforts this afternoon with a little pie over in the corner.
I'm sure that'll get his tail up for a little bit more of the pie
you'll love
as well.
That. You'll love that.
Yeah.
He's a fairly animated young man, Terrell. And Kalamunda again kicking off to the left. Go high. Oh, Cottesloe not communicating
Allowing
there.
it to bounce.
Yeah, Kalis and Grant getting each other's way.
Lucky to get it back. Berryman calls.
Yeah,
Good
carry.
first up run.
Good carry.
Now Young.
Jackson offload. McDermott.
Blackburn down the wing.
Cottesloe players strung right across the field here. Plenty of numbers.
Still got to secure your own ball. It's good having numbers wide. But Kalashaw have some people ready to take that turnover. Got to release now, tackle.
Churchwood sucking in 3 or 4 defenders there. Young inside
Nice
ball,
check.
nice play. Masson out of 1. Offloads. Grant.
Interception there. Just a bit of a loose pass over the top after Grant.
No.
And now Cala find themselves with a bit of space. Stevens, inside 1, 2. Goes to ground, needs support. And a little bit muddled down the blind side there.
Yeah,
Advantage going.
Yeah, Kalamunda's still got it.
Yeah.
And they get the knock
Quite a
on.
knock on by the winger.
Yeah, Blackburn that time knocking the ball on from Cottesloe. Shot out of the line.
Hey, when he picked up.
There's a few tired bodies out there for the Black and Reds.
Still 20 minutes odd to go.
Yeah. And that 10 minutes with a player down can really hurt a team. Not only on the scoreboard, but those extra big boys for Kalamunda have had to do twice the amount of effort over this last period of time, and I think it's really hurt them. As young Jaden Solomon, I think, maybe going on the field there for Kalamunda. It's the winger coming off.
Yep.
Raheri had a bit of a quiet afternoon. He hasn't had a lot of ball. Raheri, certainly
looking
lifted
for
up
something
last
soon.
week.
Yeah.
But he's obviously done something there. It looks like an ankle or something, so he's going to come off early. I'm pretty sure that's Solomon that's gone on. So Kalamunda with the feed. 8 men back in the pack. No problems this time.
Cottesloe challenging as always. Got to
Second
get it out.
shove. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
just took too long to get that one out there. No real shove on it, but just stood him up. Too much pressure in the middle for the forwards.
What's going on here?
Be against Rumble for standing up in the middle. Cheeky bit of headwork there by Berryman. So to be off to the corner for Young.
It's actually Thierry Sugden that's gone on the field
In
on
the
the right
21.
wing.
Yeah, that's it.
So Berryman again, Cottesloe on the 22. They go to the back.
Nice release to 3.
So Sullivan.
Plenty of numbers out here now. Simi starting to call for it out wide. Forwards have got to be a little more organised here.
Yeah, they're all looking for a try now.
Yeah. That'll be Masson. Edwards checks blind. Young wants to go himself. Young all the way.
Out of 2. Oh,
One
lays
short,
it
needs
back.
support, has to chuck it. He was going to get turned
Good
over
quick
there.
hands from him.
Half short again.
McDermott calling for it on the
Got to
right
look
here.
right.
Oh.
Penalty goes. Just got to get out of the way.
Geez, I thought Young was through there. Got out of the first and the second. Ball popped out the back, and I thought it was looked like it was number 5. Hugh Huppets was going to get some chocolates this afternoon, but he got pulled down just short.
Yeah, more down.
And Kalamunda now getting a team warning again. They don't want another guy on the bin. Last time round cost them points.
Now, to me, 22-9 sounds pretty good from here, but what do you think the option's going to be? I think it's scrum.
Oh, absolutely. It's got to take the scrum.
They want another piece
Yeah,
of the pie.
you've got to put the foot on the throat now and really drill home the advantage. Cottesloe have dominated this half so far.
I think Simi's going to want a piece of the pie finally. Certainly is doing a little bit of talking out on the right wing at the moment. The playmaker Young out to the left though on the short side.
Yeah, Kalis should be going to the right here from this scrum, unless they.
If you can go 8 pick to Ed, 8 pick up to then Rory, then go McDermott through Simi. It's going to be hard to stop. Here we go, 8 pick Edwards. McDermott doesn't need Simi.
Yep,
but that was the play.
Yeah, lovely hands from Edwards that time. He was under a little bit of pressure, was able to get at McDermott, and McDermott just stepped inside and went over. So Cottesloe extending this lead now, 27 points to 9. Nice little try off the set piece. There's beautiful hands from Edwards. Kalis, good off the back of the scrum that time. And you should be scoring those tries all day long.
Exactly. Well, from Kalamunda's point of view, though, how are we going to stop that? You know,
17.
you read something like that, you think it's coming. Everyone here could basically see that was the move to play. Is it awareness? Is it line speed? Is it just a little bit of heart? How do you stop that one?
Yeah, well, you can't stop it really. You just got to get that. You know, you just got to try and compete at scrum time and try and get the hit on to disrupt that ball. That's the only way really to defend it, is by disrupting that ball at the number 8's feet. But Cottesloe really just settled that one in. They weren't going for the pushover. They were going for the try out wide there.
No, exactly.
There's a couple other subs now. Number 7 for Kalamunda come off. As Young sets up, he's just outside the 22, about 16, 17 metres in from touch, just to the right of the upright. Try and pick up on the replacements in a moment. As Young adds the extras.
Moves us up to 29.
29 points to 9 to Cottesloe over Kalamunda in the Fortescue Premier Grade match of the day. Just a reminder, all matches are replayed on NITV at 11:30 on Sundays. So tomorrow's match will be last week's Coastal Cavaliers and Netherlands game on tomorrow on NITV. Netherlands getting up over the Cavs.
Was a good round one, wasn't it, that one?
Excellent game, that one. Have a look at that. Good to go down to Mandurah last week for that one. And this afternoon we're at beautiful Cottesloe at Harvey Field. Another
spectacular kickoffs today by Katal.
Oh, fantastic kick.
Yeah.
Kalis, good work by him. Pick and go from Churchwood.
Cottesloe looking to play quickly now. They've even picked up their intensity one more notch.
Over the top, Blackburn. Kick ahead. No,
and that one's out on the full.
Yeah, no good. Just keep the ball in hand, guys. Don't need to kick it away. You're dominating.
Possession's key when you're in front. If you got front foot ball and you got the ball,
Yeah, we saw it in second grade when I rocked up this afternoon. The second grade really put the foot on the throat and really pulled away from the Kalamunda second grade. I think the score in the end was getting close to 50 there at one point.
Was there 50 to 5 at the end?
Yeah, and they just kept going and going and going. They didn't relent. So that's what the Cottesloe Premier Grade have got to do now. They just got to really be relentless and a little bit ruthless in their attacking as well. And off they go again. Masson again. Bang.
Really hammering run.
He's had a strong game this afternoon, Masson.
Just bumping off Stevens with ease there.
Edwards to Young.
Berryman checks and goes. Looks to get a hand free. Holds on wisely.
That's all right. Sets it up nicely.
And
Chaos
now
again.
O'Sullivan.
Young. Sends it wide now. McDermott.
Favouring the left side here, Cott, when they're spinning backs.
They look to come back again, I'd say.
Plenty of numbers out wide. Almost an interception. Now working the way to 20. Oh, that's
offload.
really good.
One more offload or he's over. Yeah, reaches
and
out.
Gets another
dots
one.
It down.
Seemingly from nothing there. Just a good little crash ball up the middle, finding support as always.
Yeah, Haining gets his double for the afternoon. Just good little support lines there. It was Kalis, I think, that set it up.
Yep.
Just, he's come into his own in this back end of this half, Ethan Kalis. He's had a couple of good carries. And that time just damaging and making the break in the midfield and be able to get the offload off to Haining, who is ever present out there. He's led the team well this afternoon, the captain, and he gets a double this afternoon. And Cottesloe really starting to run away with this game now.
Just need Kalamunda to take a little bit of control with the ball here.
Yeah, I think that they're just lacking a little bit of direction now as to what to do next. They're really under the pump. They've never really got any momentum back from having that man in the bin early in the second half, and they haven't been able to claw their way back in. Despite Kotu doing some beautiful kickoffs, they haven't been able to get that possession back.
Exactly.
And Cottesloe have just gone end to end, end to end. And again, Young, he adds to his tally this afternoon, and the score now starting to blow out. Cottesloe 36, Kalamunda 9. So 28 unanswered points. Is that about right? It was 9-8 at half time, wasn't it? Yeah.
Phases will be the name of the game here for Kalamunda now. Got a secure ball, build phases. Option might be to go long here from the kickoff. Even though these short ones are brilliant, maybe we go long, get a clearing kick out of Cott. Line out, Calaball.
You've got to try and do something. I'd be going to the right. I'd change it up and kick
Get
to
it
the
up
right.
in the sun.
Yep.
Might be a one-kick wonder, Katau, at the moment. He's got that one beautiful left kick off.
Yeah, Grant, unopposed, takes that one.
And just a bobble forward.
Yeah, a little bit of a loss there as the ripper came on. Grant didn't control it. Did a beautiful catch. Anyway, this could be the opportunity as some subs are being rung out here. I think Cottesloe might be making a couple of changes. We'll try and pick those up. Always difficult down here.
Apparently not too keen to get on the field, the Cottesloe bench.
When you have lower grades playing the grade before to try and confirm benches and numbers. Should be Aussie Tuagangi.
Fair effort there.
Looks like he's gone to the wing, the right wing.
As said before, Kalamunda got to secure this ball off the scrum, but then phases will be the name of the game. See what they can do with a little bit of possession now. Quick in and out needed here. We're in. Got a hook.
That's a great scrum.
That's a great scrum by Cottesloe once again.
They stayed beautiful and square there too. Just drove them up. Absolutely destroyed them up front.
Hard to compete with that if that's what you're getting met up with all day. Cottesloe blowing Kalamunda, one of the strongest scrums in history, out of the water at the moment.
Yeah, all the Keller heads are down at the moment. They've had a gutful this afternoon, I think.
Oh, they've all got a full gut.
They've certainly had a tough day up front, and I don't think it's going to get any easier this afternoon. Sort of Kaiser Reedy has really made an impact since he's come on at half time up front. Berryman's had a strong game as hooker, and Churchwood's been very good as well. He's a big frame,
Really
Churchwood.
yeah.
Big 6'4", tight head prop.
Up there now, just misses that one.
Overthrow. Freeman struggled to hit Grant this afternoon. Grant just a little bit off with his timing.
It's a hard bit of physics to factor in, but he is a little bit heavier than the other jumpers. Maybe he's just got to allow a little more time. Take some off that throw.
And Kalamunda, they're going to go to the sideline and see how they go here.
They're going to be gifted with good field position once again. We know this kick's going to hit.
Just got to get the ball in hand. Spent a bit of time in the Cottesloe 22. It was a lovely kick again.
Definitely made sure of it. Enters the 22. So this will probably be their 4th entry for the half. Probably 6-7 total phases inside the 22 coming from those 4 entries. And I wouldn't be throwing anywhere else but the front of the pod to secure the ball here.
Yeah, I think it'll be a case of rinse repeat here. They'll go to the midfield through to Hecky Wade again, I reckon.
Just a 5-man has to go front. It's a risky option, and it goes the way of Cottesloe. You just got to be smarter with the ball when you're entering the 22 sometimes. I mean, you're down on the scoreboard like that. It just seems silly to go rear pod when you're just going to get the ball stolen from you. It's a good line out by Cottesloe. Now they've managed to clear just outside Caller's 22.
Simpkins, nice little chip and chase.
Gets blocked out of his own chase, and he's going to get the penalty. Cottesloe just changed their line there, blocked him out of his own shot.
Yeah, Weir's, quick tap. Simpkins off again.
Once more. Lots of forwards out on the left here. Rumble up the middle of the field. Weir calls them round spinning. Stevens checks inside. Advantage comes the way of Kalamunda now. Something creative.
Slow ball there. Penalty here.
Nice officiating there by Coops. Noticing that Kala want to go quick. Cottesloe obviously doing all they can to slow that down. Scorecard obviously doesn't allow Katao to kick from his favourite spot, the 40 straight in front. So we'll head back to the line.
Next one go. Doesn't matter where it is.
Oh, here we go. Yellow
That's an
card
all-field
on
warning.
Yeah.
Right there by Coops. Subs are coming on. So quite clear, Coops has had enough of slowing the momentum.
Moses Wonga, he's coming back on the field. And Reggie Churchwood's had enough. He's going to have an early mark this afternoon. He's a good strong game by Churchwood, the tight head prop this afternoon. He's done some good carries, tackled well, and obviously scrummaging has been very, very good. As Kalamunda go to the front this time. Bit sloppy for Weir.
Hopefully they've secured it. Yes, they have. 2 props getting it out to the back line. Centering 20 out.
Stay.
Right in front of the post.
Advantage over.
Oh, a little chip and
Stevens,
chase.
really handy kick.
Running through on it. Could get this touchdown here. Yes. Try to Kalamunda. So they're back on the scoreboard.
Stevens to Katao. Katao taking 5 points. Hopefully the spark is something for them this afternoon.
Well, Katao, if anyone deserves a try this afternoon, it's Katao. He's had a good, strong game. He's had a lovely kick on him all day. You have a couple of good early carries from him as well. Bouncing between the 10 and 12 position between him and Stevens. They just haven't had a lot of front foot ball to work with Kalamunda this afternoon. Just lacking that player who can really get some front foot ball to get that go forward. And Cottesloe have really made a bit of a mess of their breakdown as well through Masson and O'Sullivan.
Yeah, some crafty work whenever Kalamunda enter the half there. There'll be a slow play to roll away by Cottesloe or someone coming off the feet. Especially now you see that's probably about 6 or 7 penalties we've received by Cottesloe on the 40-metre line there. So it's been a clear tactic. It's obviously worked. They've tread the line carefully. Coops is obviously onto it, giving them a full team warning. Next penalty around the ruck is just going to go to the bin.
Yep. So they'll be looking to try and narrow this margin over the next bit of time. Trying to get a cop man in the bin will certainly help the cause. There's about 10 minutes to go in the game. Both teams have rung out the changes. So we've got some replacements on the field and we'll just have to work with that. Another nice strike and just waved
Not
away.
this time.
So a rare miss for Kotu. And Cottesloe will restart things. Score now 36-14 in favour of Cottesloe. Down here at Harvey Field. As the sun starts to set behind us. on the Indian Ocean. Beautiful afternoon for rugby. As Young gets us underway, goes long.
Really long. Big run. Kalamunda securing there. Checks out back Stevens. Lower. This is better by Kalamunda. Now racing up. Gain themselves about 30 metres off that. Using the full width of the field. Need support in forwards here now. There's a pod in the middle of the field checking it up. And just lost forward in the contest. Fell awkwardly. So it'll be Hupperts up the middle. Big man to bring down. Just done by the ankles.
Haining.
Berryman just getting tied up. Advantage is out there.
He gets up and goes again there, Berryman.
Just drawing the penalty there, Edwards. Just can't quite hear there from the referee, Mike, but we're coming back for a scrum.
Yeah, a little knock on there.
Yeah.
A little bit tough down in that corner just to pick up what was going on there.
And Cottesloe will probably say thank you very much as we have time off just for an injured player down there. So there's about 8 minutes left in the game. Cottesloe with another good attacking scrum. And we've got a sore foot.
So I think Cottesloe will be fairly satisfied with this afternoon's efforts. You know, they got really tested there in the first half. Kalamunda were up at half-time, 9 points to 8, but just after half-time, with the injection of Kaiser Reedy, they were really able to dominate. And with the man going to the bin, they were able to put a couple of back-to-back tries on Kalamunda. So Cottesloe now looking to kick this game on, finish well.
I think it's been good to see this structure from Cottesloe today. Normally they rely a little more heavily on a couple of blistering runs by their wingers, but quite clearly they've played to a game plan today. They've been in full control the whole time. The weapon of a scrum paid off all day. Even the line-outs today, they've got 4 turnovers, I believe, off some of the Kalamunda throw-ins, so they're getting their lifters up in the right spots at the right time.
Yep.
And on their own ball, can't fault Berryman's chuck either. Consistently hitting 3-pod is...
Yeah, it's just been probably a little bit of off-timing between him and Ben Grant. A couple of ones have just sailed over the top of Ben Grant's fingers, but I still think they were pretty good throws.
As this scrum settles in. Good first forward push, Cottesloe. Ball cleared. We're trying to strip. And he's done well there. He's just disrupted the ball, Weir.
Yeah, Young wrapped up there big time. And with Rory Edwards coming off, just losing a little bit of continuity there with the replacement halfback. Edwards certainly didn't have a bad game today. I thought he was fairly solid. Probably needs to work on just challenging that defensive line a little bit more, as a young halfback needs to do.
Exactly. If you don't have anything running through A and B channel with your forwards, if everything's out C, D, and then out through the back line, you've got to be the one pressing there, making sure your A, B pillars are actually committed to what's going on.
Yep. Young Jack Weir, though, this afternoon, he's tried hard all day, as he always does for Kalamunda. He's stuck through the thick and the thin for the club as a junior, and he's a good young captain and a good young player, and he's fairly resilient too. Like, he never gives up. He's always scrapping.
Exactly.
Always working hard off the ball, young Jack. And there's a couple of young, talented youngsters that Kalamunda can certainly hang their hopes on for the future.
So the ball clears out. Katau goes deep. Going to find themselves a little bit isolated here.
Simpkins out of one.
Manages to save himself a little bit of time busting through the first tackle. So we're to Katau. Forward pod. Need to get deeper here, Kalamunda. They're all one flat line of 12 outside here.
He's isolated, the big number 5.
Hands hit the ground first. Coops onto him quickly.
Yep. Hands, good
Check
hands
one
by
more.
Rumble. Oh,
just good rush
shutdown.
defense there. Penalty goes out, no clear release.
Quicker.
Yeah, that's just lazy work by Blue.
Tackler has to roll.
All right, they've got to chase the clock now. Come on, chase the clock, chase the scoreboard.
Faultless kicking performance this afternoon by Katoa. Just the one misconversion, but I don't think I can say anything else has come off the side of the boot.
No, he's been great. It all comes off beautifully.
Might not be as quick as his father, but as long as you can kick for field position, he'll count that as a line break just the same.
Yeah, his dad KK, bit of a legend around Perth Club Rugby. A lot of time at Wanneroo and a bit of time at Kalamunda. Played sevens for the Cook Islands, I think.
Correct there.
It wasn't that long ago he was playing with his sons. And I think he's got one of the sons was playing a little bit of rugby down here at Cottesloe at one point as well.
Exactly, that was Tim, the older brother. He's 24. I think he's thrown in the towel in recent years to focus on work, but I know the Katau's a little bit, I'm sure Tim will be back soon to be playing.
Good steal then by Grant.
Stevens just got to be careful with the shoulder. Just a little bit high there.
Oh,
Berryman
loose
ducks
pass.
one. Says, I'll save my legs for one more. Blackburn. He's had a couple good runs today, Blackburn, but hasn't really found himself his own run.
Yeah, a bit sloppy. And this is that part of the game. There we go. It's it. Full time.
So the final score here, Cottesloe go up in your Fortescue Premier Grade Clash game of the week. It'll be 36-9, Cottesloe over Kalamunda. Well, we basically summed it up in the last couple of minutes there, Mitch, but good to see Cottesloe out hitting hard. Is there anything you can reflect on for Kalamunda to bring up next week?
No, I think Kalamunda's first half was pretty good. They were able to get themselves out of trouble, and going in up 9-8 at half-time was a really good performance on the first half from the Bulls. Cottesloe, on the other hand, they came out the second half. They got the early try with the Kalamunda player being in the bin. Obviously, that cost them dearly, and Cottesloe were able to assert their authority on the game. Yeah, good depth off the bench for Cottesloe through Kaiser Reedy. Some outstanding performances, I thought, from Masson and O'Sullivan in the back row was certainly very good, and obviously their front row through Berryman, Churchwood and Wonga and Reedy off the bench were very good. They laid a really good platform for Cottesloe this afternoon, and Al Haining, the skipper in the centre, had a really good game with his centre partner Jackson.
2 meat pies for Al Haining this afternoon as well. Teamed up well with McDermott across the back. McDermott a little bit quiet in the second half there, but certainly he's always controlling things at the back of the pack for them. Lua Katau for Kalamunda, once again, faultless kicking performance from him today. If they can drill 3 points with him all season long, you know, they're going to be hard to beat as long as they can fix just a few of the errors as they're moving up the field.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's been a lovely afternoon down here at Harvey Field. Cottesloe again running out winners in round 2 of the Fortescue Premier Grade Match of the Round. It'll be replayed in a week's time on NITV. So we're looking forward to seeing you all then, and obviously next week at round 3. What might bring us? It should get an interesting part of the competition.
Exactly.
Shortened competition, only 13 rounds. Cottesloe at this point in time, 2 out of 2 after their win last week against the Roo Dogs, so still competition favourites.
So beautiful. We'll leave you there for the afternoon, everyone. Thank you once again to the referee, Graham Cooper. Cottesloe up 36 to 14. We'll see you all next week.